This is the official Falconshield Q&A pod vlog thing,
I
where
guess you
I've
could
collected
say.
a bunch of questions and I want to have them answered immediately.
Yeah.
From Facebook and from Reddit and from Skype. What's it called? Twitter. So, yeah, I have them here in a list and I'm gonna read them and then we're gonna answer them. So, first question, to the point. Why can't you guys continue the This Is War series?
Oh no.
Yay. So I guess this is yours then, Joseph.
All right. So, for the record, I have not been pondering these questions at all. Some of them are pretty stupid. Anyway, not saying it's a stupid question. I mean, it's a legit question because This Is War is generating the most revenue, the most views on our channel. So, from an outside perspective, I could see how it would make sense to continue on. But what people don't know is probably that it takes months of grueling work and administration to get this done. And it is simply not viable financially. I mean, it never... I think that This Is War 2 may have... broke even, but generally they don't. We can't break even because it's just too much work. So it's not worth it financially. I mean, it's really against the whole YouTube algorithm where you should release a lot of content, long videos, very frequently. This is just the opposite. So this is the opposite of how you get successful on YouTube.
Some would say it's the reverse.
Yeah. So
Is that a DC reference?
it just it doesn't make sense financially, I guess. At some point, you need to like support yourself and your family, and you need to do like worthwhile things. And while This Is War is fun to do, kind of like a project of this magnitude needs to pay off too. And
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
yeah. So on that note, we could jump straight into the next question, which is kind of long. So here it is. If Patreon isn't enough, maybe the way to go would be Kickstarter. Set an amount that you think would be appropriate for paying the voice talent in your editor and yourself, and that would be the goal. Maybe even have some stretch goals for people who donate a lot, like signed posters or guest lines with really high amounts. Now, we have actually talked about that a little bit. And that is not impossible that will happen, that we will eventually fire up a Kickstarter project or similar.
Yeah, I just question the legality of us using, Riot content as a basis for our Kickstarter, which is kind of like, we've dealt with Riot's legal team. They're not messing around, dude. Like,
that is true. That is something that really needs to be considered as well, of course. Yeah. So, I mean, I think at best we can answer a maybe on that one.
Yeah.
So,
or if we're lucky enough, we could just get Riot to fund it. But I don't know if.
True.
Yeah, I mean, if Riot pays
there.
us to do it like they did with This Is Bilgewater, I mean, then it's fine.
Yeah, but then we also have to like adhere to certain restrictions of, I guess, what we can and can't do in the context of the project.
True. We still have to remove the cigar.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we would still literally have to remove the cigar. It's not even high noon, so.
Another thing, I just talked to Ben Forbes from Riot, and he just said a bit vague that we'll see if we can put This Is War 5 in the client. There are quite a lot of game logos and company logos in there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, things like that, need to be considered.
I knew that was going to be a problem, too. Like, as soon as he mentioned the logo, I thought, well, there's also a Blizzard, Smite, and, I think something else, logo in there.
Yeah, I feel like after, I don't know, for something like that, maybe that's, something you'd have to work out ahead of time before the song came out.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And we didn't because, I mean, we released
Why would we?
we released it on our own accord, so felt like it didn't matter. And, I mean, we've always taken pride in doing whatever the hell we want to do, so, yeah.
Yeah. So,
anyway,
wait, what was that, Joseph?
What was what?
What was that last part?
We do whatever the hell we want to do.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure that's what I heard. Okay.
Oh god.
Because. Oh, okay. Anyway.
Next question.
Moving on. Is there a reason Poppy and Corky were kept out of This Is Wordles? Are they up and coming in some other creation?
I can answer that. All right, so check this out. All right, get this. I did not feel like writing 2 more verses for this song. And I think that's about it.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, like always when we start a This Is War project, we figure out the roster.
They figure out how. No. Let's correct that. We figure out how Kenny is going to write more verses than before. All right.
Well, I mean, that's the reality, but in theory,
there's not a lot of musicians.
We think about like if everything's optimal and people write their own verses, which they never do. I mean, rarely. I'm not looking at you, Rob. Always writing your own stuff, but
what are you talking about? Kenny wrote my verse. Didn't you hear the sexual innuendo in my Gnar verse?
Don't worry, we'll get to that one.
Why?
So I mean, honestly, I don't have a good answer to this because, for Corky, I think he's just a kind of uninteresting champion.
Yeah,
and with Poppy, the rework, I think she's actually really cool, but
it kind of came late.
Yeah,
well,
because we were already mid production when Poppy got that rework, and
yes, and we had the roster all set. So
yeah, we had the roster all set. So yeah, there was really no point.
And it's like the more people, well, the more champions we have to actually cover, the more people we have to find, and the more people we have to find, then the
more verses Kenny needs to write.
Yeah, exactly.
Then you have to deal with people not delivering.
Yeah, that is an issue.
Yeah,
I mean, finding people. Okay, we'll get to that later. I think they just kind of fell between the cracks, and they weren't in the original roster because we just wanted the champions that was interesting at the moment, and then Poppy got a rework, but it was too late. Sorry. So, I mean, we got a lot of questions about that. Why was Amumu in, but not Poppy and Corky? But
Amumu's lore itself theorizes that he could be a Yordle. So, the
old lore said the old lore illicitly stated he was a Yordle.
Yeah,
so,
and we're old school, so
yeah.
I don't believe in backtracking.
All right, so moving on. How in the world can I spend enough time on computer games to understand all these references?
You can.
Kenny and Rob?
Google?
Oh no, we lost Lars. Wait, no, Lars is back.
What the fuck?
I mean, honestly, the best I can tell you is either go to Rap Genius, somebody will decipher for you, or just use Google. I mean, the typography is good enough that you can see what the reference is.
Yes.
So from there, you can kind of just look up the reference, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, like, understanding references, for some people who just see something and think, well, that doesn't make sense. I get it. Like, because if you had never read a DC comic in your life and you saw the spelling of Darkseid and Apocalypse, your first thought is like, it's a typo. And we're like, no, it's not. Like, so, it just... I understand it's difficult for people to keep up with a lot of the references that we put in. That's fine. Like, but that just means there's more for you to explore. Like, if you go through the song again, it's more replay value. You go through the song again, suddenly you understand something that you couldn't understand like 2 days ago. So,
right, or you hear something that you didn't actually pick up on the first time.
Yeah.
And that's, in my opinion, that's like the fun part of This Is War. I mean, we gave people This Is Lore. So for This Is War, it's like, well, how cool can we make these champions sound?
Yeah.
it's
So
pretty fun.
The answer to that is
Google.
Yeah.
Google.
Okay, next question. Is it hard to work with the team, or was it at first time? I guess you have synergy after those years.
Huh.
If we're talking about first time, it was actually just me and Martin, and then that was when I was introduced to Rawb and Kenny. So since that worked out tremendously, we've been working together since. So me and Kenny, we've always had a good synergy, I think. And
like Batman and Superman, we give each other shit, but we make each other better.
I think the most shit I give Joseph is writing long ass verses.
Yeah, also true.
Yeah, you just can't not do it. So aside from that, I mean, me and Martin have been working a long time. Lars is the newest member on the team, and I guess we're still chiseling out like our workflow, I'd say. But all in all, we had some kinks here and there, but I mean, everything turned out fine. It was a good production.
Yeah.
I mean,
and Lars has gotten a lot better with scheduling too, which is pretty awesome. So
yeah. So learning by doing. Okay, next question. Why is Kennen a girl?
Because
I don't know.
Why?
Well, the answer to that question is Kennen is not a girl. Kennen is a male.
I mean, Janie.
But Janie
is a girl. Sure, yeah. Like, I mean, whatever. So when we went to LA last year, for the Creator Lab last year, we met a bunch of different people. Specifically, Janie and Kiori were there. Yeah. And I promised Janie that she would be in This Is Wardles. I did not know that at the time I said she was going to be Lulu, but I guess that makes sense that I would have said that. But I was like, you know what? We don't have a Kennen, and I think she'd sound good as Kennen, so we got her to be Kennen.
Yeah, and I mean, to be fair, I believe that a lot of Yordle voice actors are female.
Yeah, that's also true.
So sorry, but they say there are no stupid questions, but
and just to point out, since the fans seem to be really big on voice acting, a lot of lead male characters are voiced by women.
Yeah.
So that's food for thought.
Yes, indeed. Okay, moving on. Are you guys thinking of doing an Overwatch rap series? You've done other games and Overwatch is really popular, so no doubt many would enjoy it. I know I'm thinking about it, to be honest. I am thinking about it, but I know that we won't be able to do it right now, but I am thinking about it.
Yeah, I mean, Overwatch sounds like a good idea. I like it.
I don't think it would have to be as big as This Is War, but I would definitely be up for that.
Yeah. Overwatch is a pretty big deal for everyone right now. Everyone's digging it. Like, yeah. Like, I like Overwatch. I don't even like multiplayer shooters, but Overwatch is pretty cool.
Yeah, same. So yeah, that might happen. So subscribe. Okay, moving on. How hard? This one is for Lars, I guess.
Oh no!
How hard was it to make the video?
In short, extremely hard and annoying. It took way too much time for me to get something done, I guess. I had to prepare for Uber's 4 or 5 days, and that kind of sucked. But in the end, it turned out well, I guess. Kind of.
Kind of sucked.
Remember that one typo?
Two.
And Nikki Taylor.
Oh yeah, no, there's 3. There's a total of 3 typos, and we still can't get Nikki's name right. Apparently, that's interesting. Like,
just next time, just make sure you mark her as like Dickie Nail Her.
Yeah, right. So naturally, I mean, just look at the thing. Of course, it's really, really hard to do. I mean, just fucking look at it. It's incredible. So yeah, that's that. It was hard. What did you mean on Lulu's part when she says that the fairy wants to make meat? Is the pixie a carnivore creature or something?
Is that like an actual question?
That's actually 2 questions.
That's 2. Okay. All right. Well, yeah. All right. Does it have to be a carnivore? I mean, you could be an omnivore. I think humans eat plant and meat. So it would go without saying that maybe, just maybe, Yordles might follow that line of thought as well. And or pixies. And this is a really dumb question, so if it feels like this answer I'm giving you is not accurate, that's because I don't care. And I'm answering this question to the least of my abilities. So there you go.
All right, there you have it. Moving on. How long does it usually take to get the flow and lyrics of a verse going? And on that note, how did the less rap-inclined artists handle their fire bars?
They don't.
Wow. I'm glad Lily isn't here.
I mean,
so dead right now.
The credits say it all. They don't handle them. Hi, Lily. I love you.
Fair enough.
I mean, I think that the second part of the question is like, how do they perform it? How do they handle the performance?
Okay, Joseph. We both know that I send guides to everyone for everything. Like,
I'm not asking these questions.
I'm just saying
ask these questions.
If it would be so difficult to get one of my guides wrong, you would have to be trying. Like, you would quite literally have to be attempting to get things wrong. Like, I make it so, like, not even simple. Simple's the wrong word. Like, I help so much. Like, I'm literally holding your hand, all right? Like, this is... Okay, so if you look back at, like, Nintendo, right, and you talk about how great their handheld industry is, it's because they've been holding Sega's hand for years. That's what I'm doing here for you people. Like,
man, wow. That line sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Where did I hear that?
Yeah.
To answer that first question, though.
Yeah, how long does it usually take to get the flow and lyrics of a verse going?
It takes me, like, anywhere between 3 days to, like, a month. Depending on how much I want to piss Joseph off.
I knew it!
Oh. Dude, no, because we've gotten really good at like taking out our frustrations on people in lyrics, which is pretty great because like Lars, like, did you know that I was really upset at you that I had to lose like my paycheck that 1 month? So I made that like Timo verse as difficult as possible.
Yeah.
like
I know
same
this.
same with the Vhagar verse. I was really
shitball.
I was really angry. Like, are you kidding me? Like, of course. I'm like, yeah. We've gotten really good at venting our frustrations in song form for like the people that deserve it. Like, like because that really affected nobody but Lars. Like,
it was like kind of a struggle to get someone to actually be able to perform that.
What are you talking about? Like, I knew from the second that you asked, like, who could we get to do this? I knew Sandy was going to be, like, the right answer. Like, it wasn't a matter of, like, whether I wanted that or not. I knew Sandy was the right answer, so...
Okay, so then what did Kiori and Stefanos do?
Nothing. No, nothing. Like, no, Kiori asked for Vigor. Like, when we were in LA and we talked about Wardles, like, he straight up asked if he could do Vhagar. And I was like, I mean, I wanted to do it. Like, and then he was, I guess, working on it. At some point, he was like, well, I can't really do this because I guess it didn't really gel with him well. And then he dropped Vhagar. And I was like, okay, well, I guess Stefanos can do it. So, like, searched out Stefanos. He said he wasn't really going to be able to do it, so I was like, okay, then I did it. Like, Vhagar wasn't a punishment for anybody. If anything, like, I got the champ that I wanted to do in the first place, despite the fact that I was well past done with the project at the time.
I just want you guys to know that I was voice acting Vigor.
Yeah, okay, buddy.
Okay.
So anyway, to like give a summarized answer to that question, I think that I mean, a lot of the voices that we use are, I mean, they aren't rappers like Lily or anyone. I mean, there aren't any rappers per se. But we, I mean, Kenny guide them and we talk to them to find the right attitude, and sometimes they need to redo their takes until it sounds good. And we usually manage to pull that out of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rawb and Badman are our only rappers.
Oh, yeah, Badman, of course. I mean,
yeah.
he is.
Rawb and Badman, yeah.
Yeah,
they're basically the only rappers.
Absolutely. Okay. Why are there voices that don't fit the champion at all? Mininar, Vhagar in his second part, while some fit perfectly. Lulu, Vhagar first part. Was it just about singers' personal choices? Now, this is a question that we've been getting a lot.
This is also a question that we answered. God damn it!
Yeah, a lot. And the fault, I mean, the reason that people are asking is, well, it's all Kenny's fault.
It really is.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys.
Yeah, it is.
God. Some kind of shit.
Yeah.
And that is actually true.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you know.
Yeah, so Kenny started this venture, voice acting instead of, and rapping. And then people just started expecting it, even if, like, this is War 1.
I don't know, like, why they expected it, though. I mean, it's, like, one thing to be like, you know, okay, he did the voice acting thing. All right, now they're going to do this for the rest of the series. No! We have a voice actor who voice acted, and then the rest just kind of just so happened to sound like these people.
Yeah, so not to drag this out, because we get this question a lot, and the short answer is...
because we fucking want to.
It's always the singer's preferences.
Yeah.
Like, do you want to voice act? I mean, we encourage them to voice act if they can, if it's like a champion that they can voice act. If they can't, it doesn't really matter. I mean, as long as the delivery is good, it does not matter. So that's that.
I did nothing wrong.
You did nothing wrong, but it's your fault still.
Yeah.
For novelty's sake, I do want the fans to know that I've actually tried or attempted with Udyr and Gnar.
Yeah, I think that I can definitely recognize that, especially with Gnar. Some people heard the ad libs. That was some high pitched yodel.
How are you gonna rap in Gnar's voice? That's so like.
How are you gonna say words?
No. What's worse is people had the nerve to say, why Gnar can't speak, he should be rapping in gibberish. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, lore is important.
Moving on.
Okay, so I think that, Rob, you actually answered this question. Does anyone know of any music that is similar to this type of content?
Yes.
I believe I saw a response from you. That was like...
well, Badman goes without saying.
Yeah.
You have what was it, Cody POV's 1v1 mid series?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pentakill.
Yeah, Pentakill, if they're still alive.
They are.
Kind of.
Area of Defect. You just gotta look for it.
No,
I think Sky is like trying to make his way into there.
It's just Falconshield. There's nobody else. We're so sorry that you found this out the hard way. It's just us.
Check. Well, and then you got J. Cole, who's the first rap artist
J. Cole.
to go
right.
platinum into.
Okay. Well.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on. Are you unhappy with any This Is War, or do you like all 5 of them and see them as flawless and the best videos you can produce?
Dude, we all hate 3 Part 2.
Same, yeah.
Every single one of us hates 3 Part 2.
No, I don't hate that, but it's...
Don't lie, Joseph.
It's definitely not the best one.
No, because I'm really like angry about 3 Part 2 because like that's for all the time that we spend not doing Shurima and Ionia, that's when we could have done Shurima or Ionia with. Like, I really do hate 3 Part 2 because that, like, I felt that took up a spot that we could have easily just done something else. Like,
true, yeah.
I was very against that from the start, but I think it still turned out well. I just really I regret the project. Like,
my personal beef with 3.2 is that that's the perfect example of letting your fans dictate how you work and then it becoming shit.
Yes,
because of it.
I reluctantly have to agree with that.
Because the fans, like, they were so enticed with the voice acting that me personally, I think 70% of the verses lyrically were terrible.
Well, I think I was just I was in a position where I really wanted to like please the crowd, I think, and they were asking for more of the Shadow Isles versus Void character, like because that conflict in 3.1 left quite a few champions unattended to,
like half the roster
naturally. So yeah, exactly, like half the roster. So a lot of people were asking, like, where is this one? Where is that one? So I decided, okay, well, let's make a second part. And yeah, well, shouldn't have listened to them. Sorry, guys.
And on that note, there will not be a Noxus versus Demacia part 2.
We don't know that. That depends who's paying.
I mean, I don't want to.
So in short, 3.2 is probably could have made it something else, or that's not the best one. And I mean, to see something as flawless and the best you can produce, that is just silly. I mean, you never do that. You always improve. You always grow. You always learn new things.
Absolutely. And I love 3. As much as I love 3, I think I definitely did a lot more work and therefore, in my part, a better job with Wardles. So, but I mean, I still love 3. Like, I'll go back and listen to 3 like all the time.
Yeah,
it's just one of my
it's probably
favorites.
my favorite too.
Yeah.
Same here. I loved Kiori's verse. He did a great job.
Yo, Kiori did so well with Kog'Maw. Like,
Yeah.
Shout out
Okay,
to Kiori.
so here comes a burning question.
Oh,
Why
no.
were all the female parts so sexualized?
they weren't.
They were.
Dude,
Of
like
course.
this is a dude. Like I saw and like responded to that thread on Reddit, and I don't care. I stand by that. They weren't, because like there was one line in Tristana's at the end of Tristana's, but nobody pointed out the obvious erection joke at the end of Vigor's verse, and then they started complaining about Lulu. Lulu's a child who's 100 and something years old. I don't care. They weren't. Like,
Yeah.
Like, from my point of view, I mean, I was surprised actually when I saw those comments, because from my perspective, I mean, I was really clear. I mean, of course, Kenny writes whatever the hell he wants to, but I was really clear at the beginning and said, like, we don't want pluffy fights.
Yeah.
We want like this to be thug. We want this to be gangsta as fuck.
No, please.
That's exactly
no,
what I said.
No, please do not say that, because I have people arguing with me that some of the champs that aren't voice acted sound too black. And I just want to point out that I don't know how you can sound too black in a rap song.
first of all, they pointed out that Miles sounded too black.
Yeah.
They did.
Dude, Keck, like I died, like, because first of all, like I don't know what. Miles, like,
Yeah.
what? No.
So exactly. And Badman is also very black.
Oh yeah, Batman's black, and I sound like a white teenager. That's how it goes.
On point.
Oh man.
So basically, that was not the purpose at all, and we kind of don't see it that way. I guess.
I absolutely don't see it that way, and I've been pointing this out before. That's so dumb if that's all you got out of that verse, but whatever.
I'll send you pics.
Dude, I'm telling you, like, God forbid I do wordplay.
All right. Next question, and that is simply no bad administrator. Well, I guess I'll take this one. I actually wasn't even in touch with him for this project because, I mean, we always love to have him on because he is amazing. But I know that he's been really busy. I mean, he got a kid.
A new baby. And I think he has a new house.
Right.
It's a theory. I saw him tweeting about, like, moving.
All right. Okay. So yeah, naturally he's a busy man. So, and he's not very active in the community anymore. Unfortunately, I think that's really sad. But well, that's the reality of it. Maybe we'll. I mean, it's kind of hard to get a hold of these days too. So that was nothing personal. Next question for you, Lars.
Okay.
After Effects or Sony Vegas?
Paint.
There you have it.
Yeah, there you have it.
Dude, Lars made that entire video in MS Paint.
Stop motion
value.
MS Paint.
And then he edited it further with Instagram.
Yeah.
It's nothing but filters.
Instagram.
You were all fooled.
Okay.
But no, it's AE.
Yes, After Effects, of course it is. Next question. In general, what's your favorite league champion?
Ooh, Malzahar.
Malzahar for Kenny. Rawb.
I haven't played this game in like a year, dude. I don't fucking know. There's like 8 new champs since I last played this game. Probably Blitzcrank or Fiora.
All right. Lars?
I think Timo. I'm serious.
Lars is sitting here giving troll answers. This is good.
I don't know what to say.
What about you, Joseph? Who's your favorite?
It's probably Swain.
What a faggot.
And should have said Timo. Yeah. Swain, and maybe Maokai.
I like Maokai.
Yeah, Maokai's pretty great.
He throws his nuts at you. I mean, his saplings.
Yeah, and on that note, next question. How do you choose the champion you want to cover? Is it based on who you like or who has the most interesting lore or something else?
Subsequently, no. No is the answer.
It's based on who Kenny doesn't want to
write.
It's
based on who I'm not writing, exactly. Like I pick 1 or 2 champs that I really want, and then I get thrown 8 more that I have no interest in, and that's how these songs are made.
Yeah. That's unfortunately what's been happening, but fortunately, that's actually a good thing. Yeah, I mean,
maybe next time I'll help out.
When we choose the factions, we of course think about all the champions in that faction if they're viable or like they feel interesting enough. Kenny chooses 1 or 2 favorites that he wants to do, and then we try to find other people to fit in the other champions. And some
Rawb
of the
gets
time,
second draft.
I mean, a lot of the time. The people that will be performing aren't writing their own verses, so then Kenny will have to do that anyway. And Rawb, he gets his pick as well.
Cause I'm a real ass nigga.
On that note, next question. Black Gnar question mark.
Yes.
Well.
How the tides have turned.
So I just feel like I have to set the record straight here. I am white.
You are?
Holy crap,
you
dude.
are, Jesus.
What? Holy crap.
Mind blown.
I've been living a lie.
We've met each other in person.
Dude, I couldn't tell.
But wait, I don't know what's funnier though, that answer or the
question,
the Heimerdinger verse from 2.
Oh my god,
Kenny's
that was so random. Because I remember when so Joseph, you remember when I did the Heimerdinger verse for 2, right?
Yes.
And you posted that video. Rawb comes back. He's like, so Kenny, you seen the new video? I'm like, what are you talking about? And I watch it, and it's basically and this is what Kenny looks like. He's black. And I died laughing.
So yeah. Black Gnar confirmed.
Okay, moving on. Also, no, that's not an also. Do you get the beat and then write the verse, or vice versa?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. The answer is yes.
Beat first, then verse.
No. I mean, yes. That is actually.
What?
That is actually yes to both the questions. Quite honestly, I mean, first we have a beat, of course, some kind of beat, but that beat changes dramatically during the course of the production.
Man. You know what, Joseph? You should upload the original Wardle's beat.
Do you know?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, people should actually know this. That when I the first draft for This Is Wardle's was some shit. And
then we were gonna use Yordle's Paradise too.
Exactly, because I couldn't find like the right feel for it. So then Rawb said, "You're free to use Yordle's Paradise too," because Yordle's Paradise was something that Rawb did a while back, and then we were gonna make a sequel to that, but that kind of never happened. So the instrumental was lying around. And he said, "Why don't you use the instrumental that's just collecting dust?" So I said, "Yes, I'll do that." And I transformed that beat into what became of it, which is actually something completely different.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's really hard to answer that question because it's like a really living thing. Like I get some kind of beats so that Kenny and other people can write to it. But when I hear the verse, like when I hear the attitude, like the delivery, I change the verse accordingly, the instrumental. So,
which is actually really cool because you might be like the only producer I've like ever heard do that.
Yeah, right. Like because it's so surreal to hear like how the song goes from bare bones and something completely different to like just this living masterpiece. It's pretty great. Like, so yeah, we love it. Like,
yeah,
dude. Okay, when Joseph sent me that version, that update, when he like changed the beat to the Gnar switch, like when I did the whole
triplets
Migos thing, I was like, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, but like I go around. I mean, I have listened to this song 1,000 times, and probably more.
Is that what Apple Music told you?
I listen to this so much. I don't listen to music. I just listen to my own music.
I might be more arrogant than Kenny.
No, but dude,
usually I don't brag about it, so
usually.
I'm not as arrogant as Kenny.
Well, let's back up.
Call me as arrogant as Kenny.
And first of all, Rawb, how dare you? Because implying that anyone is as good as me at what I do, how dare you, sir?
Wait a minute. No, wait a minute. Well, what was it? Oh, I'm not in this song? I'm not listening.
Oh. Dude, you have no idea how many songs on the channel I haven't listened to because I'm not in them. Like, what? Like...
Jesus, Kenny.
Yeah. And, yeah, you made my point.
No, but I wish people could have heard, like, the switch from draft 10 to draft 11 because it was so dramatically different. Like,
right?
It was really impressive. Like, just how like over one draft it turned from like it feeling a bit more bare bones to like a completely like almost full and complete track. Like, it was insane.
But he wasn't even done. There were like 6 more drafts.
And we still weren't even done at the time. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, that is what I enjoy about like producing something like this with other people. It's just like I said, it's like a living thing. I try to like catch all the nuances and the feels and the atmosphere,
voice acting,
and the voice acting kind of matters sometimes. But the only problem with this is that when I send out the first drafts, they pretty much always sound like shit. You can expect them to sound like shit. And that is sometimes a problem when you're trying to lure new talent into joining. Because they're like, it doesn't sound that good. But I promise you that it will sound good when I'm done with it.
3.1 sounded good for the bare bones.
No, you didn't hear the original 3.1.
There was an original?
There was a different one. Yeah, we had a different
I stand corrected.
Yeah. I can't think of a single song that a single big song that I've done with Joseph that hasn't had the draft one be dramatically different from the final draft. Because even 3.1 was way different.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, it was.
You should put those as bonus tracks to the album.
Yeah, but they're terrible.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, anyway, moving on. How do you find, ask, and convince all the other YouTubers you do a collab with, especially in the This Is War series?
By force.
We send
We
Lars
don't.
out to hunt them personally.
Yeah, by force.
No, but sometimes we'll get people to say they'll do it, and then they just kind of don't.
Wow, I hate that. I hate that so much. I mean, that is the first thing that I do, except make a first shitty draft beat, is to make to look around for people who's interested. And with This Is War 1, I had no clue. I had no clue. I heard Rawb on his YouTube channel, and I thought, hey, he's a good rapper. So I wanted him on, and well, things went on from that. But after This Is War 2, it was pretty easy to get people interested because we had good references.
Right. And to draw from that, for anyone that's wondering why we have a lot of repeats and why some people that you guys suggest in the comments don't actually make it in the song, it's because 1, availability, 2, we know who will actually deliver
Dependability
when it needs to be delivered.
Yeah.
And those are 2 really big factors. Otherwise, you guys would never get these songs ever.
Yeah, I mean,
Also
dependability is so important, and I have had a lot of trouble during this series with that. I will not mention any names, but there are
It took
many
you 2
names
whole
to
songs
be
to get
mentioned.
spazzy, right?
Huh?
So it took you 2 songs to get spazzy, right?
3.
Yeah, but I mean, I never asked him prior to that, so
Jesus.
So I mean, when I asked him, he was on, so that wasn't really a problem. But
that's good.
But yeah, there are names to be mentioned, but I won't. But yeah, that is sometimes a problem.
Yeah.
Okay, next question for you, Lars. How sexy is Lars? Scale 1 to 10, XOXO.
I give him a Lars out of Lars.
Yeah. I think 12.
Not even 11.
No,
It's 12.
he's saying that he is 12. I'm sorry.
And on that note, there's no reason that he should be writing sexualized Lulu verses.
Wow.
God damn it, Lars.
Secret.
Actually,
Lars.
Kenny, how
sorry.
could you have Lars do that? I mean, he's a minor.
I'm sorry.
Well, every Batman needs a Robin.
Oh no.
Or 2.
Holy herring.
Or 3.
Or 3.
Okay. Why didn't they use the same Heimer's voice from This Is War 2?
I was busy.
Yeah. Well, that's basically the same question we had. So
Yeah.
screw that. Did I just see franking Meganar's bit and then fourth gear Luffy? Whoever wrote that part must be a huge One Piece fan.
Yeah.
Kenny.
Rawb. Complete
Rawb.
nerd.
Yeah.
What do you wrote that verse? What are you talking about?
Okay.
Hold on, let me check the credits.
Okay.
No, but I've been a One Piece fan for 6 years now? So yeah. I think I make a One Piece reference in Bot Lane on Sandy's channel. I want to say there's been another song, but I don't know. But yes, Frankie Luffy. There might have been another one. I don't know.
Oh, so the answer is yes. And then for Kenny, is Anti-Raven a DC fan?
Duh. Duh. Like, I love
you can tell
DC.
them about your comic spree.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. So, okay. Okay, so I've been reading things like comics like The Flash for 10 years now. Like, Flash is my favorite superhero, stuff like that. But, like, recently, I had to really dig into a bunch of comics. Because we've got this project I can't really talk about right now that we're working on. And in order for me to properly work on it and get in the field for how I want to write it, I had to start using a bunch of different source material. So I went on a recent DC Comics reading spree. I read a bunch of New 52 stuff. I read a bunch of pre-crisis and post-crisis stuff. Like, literally, my Comixology account is just full of DC Comics. I love DC, and because they gave me the Flash, like, and he's my favorite hero. So yeah, I am a huge DC fan.
Yeah, there you have it. Next question: which episode of This Is War and what Falconshield song are you the most proud of, or do you like the most?
Ooh,
I really like Yordle's Paradise.
Shadow Arcade.
Shadow Arcade, yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah,
That was a good one.
Well, I think that actually this is kind of a boring answer maybe, but This Is War Part 3, Part 1 is probably, it has been a favorite for a long time.
That's my favorite This Is War. I think Falconshield song-wise, I would have to say between Red versus Blue.
Oh yeah.
Or Smash Skirmish. That one was pretty fun. Oh
yeah,
too.
the Smash Skirmish. Yeah, that was pretty fun.
I'm sorry. I just I'm a little bit sad that it didn't get more traction, to be honest.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, we primarily do one thing and then suddenly we do another thing, and you know, of course, it's not gonna get the same view count. That's what happened with Minecraft. It's like it's bound to happen. Like so, I just don't take it too hard, like, because it happens.
yeah, I know, but I mean, it was a good song.
I think my fave song is Bard, to be honest.
Bard.
Okay. How have we not removed that from the channel yet? Because, like, are you kidding me? Like, why are you there?
It's such a good song.
Okay.
It's so good. Right. Come on.
Yeah, I gotta go.
Oh, there's also the Mundo song.
Oh yeah, the Mundo Valentine's song.
That one was fucking hilarious.
That was great.
And we were rejected that one.
So check this out. Like, was that the one that got rejected because I sounded too much like the character?
No, that was the Varys version.
Oh, that was Varys. Yeah. Okay.
That never got out. But it got rejected on other grounds, like Mundo.
Wait.
Sounds stupid, and also Yordles did that.
Oh, thank goodness Mundo doesn't sound intelligent.
I don't know. I don't even remember, but yeah, that was an ordeal.
Next question.
And while we're on the subject of working with Riot, when are we going to know more about the project with Riot Games? I really hope it's the new Pentakill album.
Well, probably never.
The only thing we can say is that it's not the new Pentakill album.
It's absolutely not the new Pentakill album.
It's definitely not Shurima either.
Yeah,
it's not Shurima either. Oh man. Oh dude, did I tell you? I had a really cool idea for This Is Lore that just it wasn't gonna pan out in This Is Lore wise, but I had this really cool idea, kind of similar to the project that we're doing now, but it was gonna revolve around like Demacia, and like I'll tell you more about it, like, you know, when we're off call, but it was really cool. Like
nice.
It's basically like the Imperial skins kind of in their world.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Well, anyway, regarding the question, we can't say anything, but it is something original. It is something. Well, it's not original. It's based on League lore, of course.
Yeah,
but
it's obviously based on League.
It's our own design, and Kenny's writing the whole thing. So, yeah, it's not anything like the new Pentakill album. And on that note, we're out of questions.
All right.
Okay.
Do you have any more answers that you'd like to give?
Yeah. So I guess I've seen some comments about people asking about like what kind of stuff I do like to warm up for voice acting and stuff like that for different projects, or how I go about sounding like certain champions. On one hand, it really is luck. My vocal range is just really good. I don't I didn't plan that, but like on the other hand, I definitely suggest, like, if you're gonna record something, take some time to really like stress out your voice a little bit, do some singing, make sure, like, if you can do a gruff voice, if you can go on and doing this forever, like, do that to just kind of like ease out your throat so you can voice act a bit better. It's difficult to explain without like being in front of someone to teach them how to do something, but I've seen a lot of these comments that are asking about like voice acting tips, so I figured I'd toss that in here.
All right, that's a good one. Okay, I think that we'll end on that note. So thank you everyone for listening, and thank you for your questions. And yeah, Lars, Bob, Kenny.
Did you just call me Bob?
Yeah.
I mean, he's not wrong.
And on that note,
goodbye. Stop recording. Stop recording.